you know, and grief, trauma, and death affects everyone uniquely, I believe. One of the ways it affected me per se is just like you go through a process of like figuring out who you are at a deeper level. A concept, I guess. Not for everyone, but it depends on who you are within your soul and what spirit's attached to you and what frequency you vibrate on. And trauma, death, things that happen, they personally and they, in my experiences in this life on this journey, has led me to question everything and everyone, even myself, my own consciousness, the thoughts that I think, just specifically when it first happened, the consequences of my thoughts, the consequences of my actions that stem from my thoughts. Like, for me, we all want to be an individual. I can't say we all, but I want to be an individual that's pleasing to the all source, the all parent, in which I believe in, and which made the foundations, what created the foundations of the heavens, which some people call space, the stars, the universe. All that is just a creation. And I look to find what created that creation, the highest ether, the highest light, the highest flame that ever has been in existence, the Most High. That's why it's called the Most High, whatever you want to put that name on it to be. Yah, which means power, the Most High power, the infinite all. In that process of thought, in that process of figuring it out, going to your darkest realms, they call it the shadow area of your mind, the unconscious, superconscious area of your mind, you start to think about duality, things that you could have done differently in your path. And then you start to realize, that if I'd done it differently, would I be in this thought process that I'm in now? So we had to accept certain things that we are unable to control, which is the past actions, to move forward and continue within this present moment. But those past actions shouldn't be ignored or forgotten, because those experiences help you to become greater, help you to become more. And dealing with trauma, seeing things or hearing repetitive things that remind you of, let's say, an individual that passed on, or a trauma that happened to you specifically in your lifetime, whether you've been you lost a real close loved one, a parent, or rather you've been raped, shot, murdered. Don't want to say those words to offend no one, but those are traumas that we deal with. And collectively, as a species, a human, as a conscious being, and even animals deal with traumas and things that occur to them. They just deal with it on a different frequency that a lot of us don't connect with. There's individuals out here that do. You can look at an animal that's been neglected or abused, and you can see within that tone, within their eyes, that they are hurt. So us as a species, create a species, Shoot, sometimes I even look at my bed when I wake up and my pillows not made up properly. They look discomfort. They say, I'm out organized. Can you come help me? And they puff me up and come make me comfortable again. And that's a place of a low energy, a lower vibration. because it's in discomfort. It's in I almost think a place of darkness, I should say. I know you need a place of darkness from a unorganized pillow, but you gotta think about it in multiple different realms of thought. And trauma is something that you don't just get over. Yes, wake up and say I'm over it. It's something that you accept. You accept and you see and you just say, okay. What are you trying to tell me, y'all? What are you trying to tell me? What is it that I'm seeing? And they bring up emotions. Sometimes it can be negative, sometimes it can be positive, sometimes it could be something that you're not really sure about what emotion you should express. I go through that, and it be emotions that I'm not even sure what they are. Until time transpires, right? Until, my day transpires and I start to notice my actions, or maybe I'm moody, or maybe my thoughts are erratic. They spiking, they moving around a lot. And I notice I'm out of sync. Something disturbed my peace. And that's because those day-to-day experiences that you experience are connected to a frequency within you, which can bring about a lingering spirit to taunt, or to taunt you. What's that word I want to use? It's taunting, but to taunt you, really. You see this, you go in the hospital, and let's say you know someone that died in the hospital, and you have to be there unexpectedly. You go through shock trauma. You walk through that whole area, and it starts to bother you. Damn, this is where I seen someone die, kid. This is what they experience, and you seeing it through your eyes, but you're connected to their lens and their feelings of them being there. Man, this is crazy. Just sitting in a room by yourself. Nurses just looking at the board because they, this is their job. I'm not saying all of them, but a lot of them, this is their job. They don't have a connection to those people that they're serving. How can you be connected 365 days, 24 hours a day, constantly, unless you have a different type of heart, a different type of spirit connected to who you are. A lot of times these individuals just be sitting up there watching the numbers blink, or watching the line go up and down, up and down, up and down, go down, uh-oh, time for me to kick in, it's my job time. Sometimes that's how it be. And you look at that, man. Or you remember, you have PTSD, you remember something, you're walking by a group of people and you get the edgy feelings, you get some sort of anxiety or some fear, I don't know what's about to happen. In those moments, I just try to breathe and accept what I'm seeing, and see it in duality, and see it in different lenses, and whatever this experience is trying